Well, it's the next day, it's Sunday. That's all I got. So my goal for today is to get the bottom end buttoned up. I mean, ideally if I could get the head and everything put on, but I don't think I can get it done that quick. So I got a little bit of paint from my plastic on here. So I'm just gonna go over the deck and clean it. Check, clean my, my crankcase. Why can I not think of words? That's what I would like to know. Crankshaft journals. See there, I thought of it, I just had to think about it. Clean up my crankshaft journals. I need to pull the oil pan back off. I actually only have it in there with 4 bolts, and I did that to protect the dipstick tube and everything while putting it in the truck. And then if I had to set it down on something, I could have set it down on the oil pan. So anyways, let's get to it. I've got my liner kits here. So I'm gonna clean those up, stick some new bearings in, and we're gonna drop them in the engine. And it's either gonna run or it's not. And if it doesn't, I don't know what I'm gonna do. No, it's gonna run. It's gonna run. Really looking forward to it. If it doesn't run great, maybe we'll look at doing an in-frame down the road. But for right now, I think it's gonna be fantastic. Oh, it's a beautiful day outside too. In a lot of ways I should be outside doing something because it's sunny and we're not gonna get many more sunny days. But by the same token, I gotta get this sucker running so I can clean out my woodshed of the hood, drive it. I got a dirty car here that needs to be washed, but I would rather work on this truck than wash this car, which, you know what? Maybe that shows that I am a true truck nut. Hey, that might be a good t-shirt, eh? Truck nut. So if you have a big nut with a truck going through it. And if you'd like a t-shirt, go check out shoppeterbiltmike.com. I got There's Only One King t-shirts and some Save the Cab Over t-shirts. 30% off everything. Helps with the shipping costs because shipping is a bit of a bugger right now. I know, shipping is a bugger. But yeah, at the end of the day, all proceeds go towards buying parts. Can't afford a rebuild kit right now. So that's why we're putting it together with used parts. But hey, if it works, just saved a little bit of money so we can put it into Smokey or Kenny or K2. So don't worry, I haven't forgot about the K100s. And you know, I know the 378 maybe isn't the most popular truck on the channel, but being a Peterbilt guy, I just love it. You know what? I can't wait to get it rolling. Maybe this could be a daily. I got a few dailies. Anyways, I gotta get to work. I just absolutely love my Peterbilt, so. And I can't wait to get the other 362 stubby transmission changed in it too. And now that I've done this one, you know what? I'm pretty confident that it'll be quick and easy, relatively painless and easy to change the transmission and stubby. The only kicker is I will be getting a transmission jack to do that because we're not doing any sketchy stuff with bottle jacks and floor jacks because when you've got like a 3,000 pound transmission, you don't want it falling on your toe. No, definitely not. So anyways, let's get to it. Let's make this sucker run. I don't know, I don't have anything else really, so. So this is just to go over my seating surfaces, so I'm protecting the crankshaft journals with rags. just gonna give them a little again. Oh, that was my knee. Oh, this damn thing. I tell you, I'm ready to turf it. Oh. Seems to be sensitive to the batteries it takes, and then it craps out. It doesn't want to run, so I might see about warranty on this. Now, that looks good, I think. I could really use a new creeper. My cross member's in the way. Well, I never. Well, that's something new. Okay, I guess we pull the cross member off. It's gonna say there's always something, which I guess sometimes there is. Here I was hoping to stay clean-ish today. Okay, now that I got my hands dirty, let's go. Okay, so I just finished cleaning the deck, my crank journals, and with a I don't know if you're supposed to use paper or not, but I know for the bearings, Clint told me to just use brake clean and air. So that's what I did. But if I got any extra little wet spots, I just wanted to make sure I gave it a quick wipe. This one's still got a pistone in it, so we won't do that one. It's hopefully it's good enough. But it's gonna have to be. I'm just gonna put some paper over it. We'll do this just to keep it clean. I'll put my piece of cardboard back just to keep it there. There, so I think the deck is ready. So now I'm just gonna check the bottom end again, and then I'll start getting the cylinder packs ready. Oh, and I'm gonna rebuild that, the oil pan. Ooh, just like brand new. So one of our lead hands, Tom, gave me some advice with the emery, and that's to wrap it around once, one full loop, so then that way you get an even pressure for cleaning up your journals. This will be easier if my hands were a little smaller. Come on. There we go. There we go. To do that, go another loop. And basically you tear your emery cloth so it's not so thick. So now you've got one loop, and then you said you get an even pressure. Which is kind of awesome, really. Nice and clean. Oh, I'm going to rotate the engine around so that they're on the bottom, and I'm going to do every one. There. Look at that. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Okay, now I think, what do I think? Which ones should we do first? Might as well do the ones that are on the, might as well do this one and then that one I'm gonna leave to the end, and then I'll roll a new bearing into it. So These are the two we're gonna do. So I'm gonna do 2 and 5. So I've got my
cylinder packs here.
So which one's 2 and which one's 5? That's 6, so that's 5, 3, and this one is 2. Oh.
Don't drop it, Mike.
So there's 2, and here is 5. Okay. So what I want to do is just clean up the O-ring surface. Make sure the part that seats in the top is okay. I'll put a bearing in it. Do-do-do. Not really worried about touching these bearings because, of course, we're changing them. Because, suction, because of that. Although, they're probably not bad because if you look at that. But, we're putting new ones in because it's really not that much. A little nervous, but I think it'll be fine. It's gonna be great. Fantastic even. Now I'm not gonna get carried away with brake clean on these because I don't want to introduce any contaminants. Pistons are good. Whew. This one actually has a little bit more wear. If you look at it, you can almost see the copper. Almost see the kappa. The kippa kappa. You know what? If this works good, like if it works, then maybe when I in-frame this thing next, or you know, use it for a little bit, I'll do an in-frame all by myself. If it's gonna work. Because if I'm gonna just be play around with the truck, I don't think I need an in-frame. Like Clint said, it'll last forever. If I'm just gonna be, you know, essentially playing with the truck, which let's face it, right now, that's what I'm gonna do. Or if it's an RV puller. And I mean, even if I was to work this engine, if this all works out as planned, it has 7,500 hours on these components. So it's not like it's got 29,000. Now, I don't think a C13 is a 30,000 hour engine. I think it's probably more like a 15,000 hour engine. But remember back in the day with a Cat, used to do the bottom end, which was, you know, essentially new bearings. So maybe it'll last good. So now what I want to do is lay this down, and I just want to clean up, you know, this surface here. Just give it a little wire wheel, and then I'll, actually maybe I'll pop that O-ring out now and clean it up. Where's my O-ring popper outer tool? There we go. It blows me away that there's only one O-ring on this. It does. It's not like it's a super big O-ring. It's kind of a tinky winky O-ring if I
Do say so myself.
Yeah, look at how thin this is, like super thin. So let's get my wire wheel and just give it a maybe just the carbon ring off and I think I need something to stop it from rotating. How about 2 dead blow hammers? dead blow, aka they have lead in it, so it doesn't bounce. That's pretty good. So, you know, guys, I think I'm gonna do these one at a time. So prep one, put it in, so then that way I don't have, you know, ones that I've cleaned up next to ones that are a little bit dirty. And let's give her a whirl. Part of why I'm using, I'm gonna use 5 of the cylinder packs that came out of Duke because they all look the best. The number 2 that I took out of the salvage block that has a fractured cap that looks like it's still good. It's got a lot of rust on the liner here. So I think it would be okay, but I don't know. And they're numbered in the holes they go in, so that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna give it a whirl. This isn't, you know, I'm sure I'm making a lot of mistakes, but at the end of the day, it's kind of, call it an experiment to see if a guy can do it with used parts. So anyway, without further ado, let's give it a go, man. Got my liner O-rings here. Cat liner O-rings in a pretty blue color, if I might add. I got a nice little, and this is the silicone lubricant that I was advised to use. I wonder if I should be wearing gloves for this. Meh. Say it's very important to make sure these are lubricated, which kind of makes sense when you think about it, because there's only one O-ring. Another reason that why the Cat C13 might not be the most popularist engine. Is that a word? Popularist? Popularist? Ooh, butter. It's like butter. Okay. Clean up my hands. And now we want to put our bearing in. Here's my genuine Caterpillar bearing. That's strong tape. Now I must take careful care to not touch. You know what? I'm gonna put gloves on for this. There, I got gloves on. So I don't have to worry about my greasy paws touching it. Oh, look at that. So that one's got a lubrication hole. So that's, where could I set this? I'm gonna set it right there. Oh, they both have a lubrication hole. The other ones don't have lubrication holes at all. Oh well. So, I'll just put this in here like so. Like a glove. Then same on my cap. There. Now, I think I can put number 2 in. Make sure that that is number 2. Really? Got my glove pinched in there. Maybe that's why you're not supposed to wear gloves. Now, I just have to push that in, which I watched the Adept Ape channel, and sorry, I just thought I saw dirt, but I didn't. And he has a tool that you screw in here and you push down. So I'm going to see if I can replicate a tool of my own. But I think I might put the other number 5 in and then I'll try my tool. Or maybe I'll try it now. I don't know. Yeah. So this is my plan. I've got a block of wood using a head bolt and a washer, then I'll just apply some pressure. Famous last words. Oh, I just slipped in like butter! Sorry, a little excited. That's why you want to use lots of that lubricant. And then I'm gonna vacuum this deck off to make sure that I don't leave any bits of wood like that. Maybe I'll put something over the next one. Anyways, so now we can go underneath. Oh. So I've got paper to protect this. I'm just gonna push it back up. Pull this paper out. Gently pull it down, like so. And here's my cap. Now, I lubricated the threads with oil because that's what I was told to do. The head bolts you lubricate with this Molly's stuff, and these ones you lubricate with the oil. And I'm not on my creeper. Oh. Okay, there we go. I'll hold that up, and I'm just going to do them up hand tight. There. So easy. Okay, now let's do the other ones. So this one I'm doing with bare, clean hands. Okay, now let's torque these. And then they torque turn as well. This is harder than it looks. Come on, Mike, did you eat your weed? way. There. Now we need to torque turn. But I think I'm going to use the impact for that because this is a little harder by hand than I thought. So let's go like this. Okay, I'll go grab the impact for torque turning. That was easy. One, two. There. And we're going to cross them so we know that it's done. Cylinder pack number 6. So I pulled the cap off number 1 that's staying in the engine, and we're rolling a new set of bearings into it. So of course, being that we're rolling them in, I gotta lubricate it, and then we'll pack it down there. This is the one going in the top. There we go. We'll put some oil on these bolts. Then we can go rotate it in. Come on. There we go. There. Now for my cap. There. There. Torqued. That scared me. I'm hoping how easy those pistons slide in there isn't a bad sign. But it's in here now. There. Very nice, very nice. So, I'm gonna vacuum these out, just because, make sure I don't have any little dust bunnies in there. And, well actually first I'll go put the last caps on, so let's do that. So we're gonna do number 4 first. Pull that back down. Number 4? Number 4. And then next, after we do these, we're gonna have to do our piston cooling jets. Cool your jets, mister. There we go. Ah, shoot. That's hard to do. With your arms above your head. There. Okay, I've marked them with my pen. Now let's torque these buggers. There. Now I need to put the cooling nozzles in, which go right up there. Right up in there. That one's an easy to seer. So I think I can put, well, I'll put them in 2 at a time and give it a little wipey. There's always something else. There. You can see my little pistons. my little pistonies. I sure hope this works. So these are the cooling jets. If you look close. So those goes in those holes. These go in those holes and they torque to 30 foot-pounds. So I'm gonna crawl underneath and do these up, but I'm not gonna record it because quite frankly, all you'll see is my arms and blackness. So very critical step, because if you forget this, you blow up your engine. Or if you get it loose, they fall out, they wedge in there and blow up your engine, crack your block. Yeah, so we don't want to do that. Okay, I'll be right back. Now for my oil sump pickup, I've already cleaned it. I'm just making sure there's no dust or debris on it. Should be good. I'm gonna put some silicone lube on this. Make sure it's nice and clean. There. Now, crawl underneath and put it up. Well, it's time to put the oil pan on. I've painted it, cleaned up the gasket surface, cleaned up my gasket bolt dealies. Now, in a lot of ways, I probably should use new gaskets, but I'm not. If it develops a leak, I'll fix it later. Because if it doesn't, then I don't need to spend the money. So when I put a little silicone lubricant on the rubber O-ring, so that should help. And yeah, this is the last thing I have to do on the bottom end. So put the oil pan on and then torque it up. So, and then it's all on the top. So I'm gonna set you guys down below and let's get this oil pan in. Okay. Shoot. Oil pan is on. I can plug in my oil temperature sender unit. Like that. Have to tie that up. But there, oil pan is on. Well, I'm gonna put the head back on the way it is, but I'm gonna sand off the gasket, and we'll put her back together. You know that? And if it doesn't work, we'll tear it apart again. Well, the head's prepped as far as I'm concerned. I gave it a little sand job, scraped all the gunk off, And yeah, that was my bad cylinder. You can see where it did touch. I worked the valves and the valves seemed to work all right. So yeah, that's just some carbon. So we're gonna run it. I know I should probably get the head checked out, but it's gonna cost me more than I thought it would. And at the end of the day, I have a spare head, and they probably kicked this head out because of the marks on it. So we're gonna try it. If it doesn't work, we're gonna put the other head on. Does it seem like a lot of work? Yeah, but if it works, then hey, no crime, no foul. So anyways, that's what I'm gonna do. If I have to buy another head gasket, I have to buy another head gasket. So this is let's just put it on. One C13 head gasket. I've got it backwards. There we go. Okay, let's put the head on. Okay, now we can put our head bolts in. I'm putting the Molly, which is a low friction lubricant, on the small little studs as well as the big ones. I don't know if that's the right way, but that's the way I'm doing it. I can plug that in. Ooh, it's so exciting. I could plug all my sensors in. I have a couple of boxes of new head bolts. I gotta reuse all my washers. So now I'm gonna put the big head studs in. And when I say studs, I mean bolt. And I'll put some Molly lube on it so they're all slippery for torquing. For torquing. There. Now, buzz those ones in. Okay, I'm gonna torque turn these. It's not quite enough. Heads on. Heads on. Head bolts are torqued. My battery died. Let me tell you, that's a workout. All you guys that build engines all day, It's no wonder there's not a lot of fat engine builders, because let me tell you, I was a sweating. You know, you got to torque it to 125 foot-pounds, and then do it again, and then torque turn it, and yeah, that, I not gonna lie, I was pooped out. But so the head's on. Just basically prep the deck so I can put injectors on it next, and put the gear valve, the train, the bucket. Then we're gonna have to set the overhead. Hooked up my fuel line, hooked up a couple of plugs, lines, a ground, a fuel line. What I'm saying is I got it ready to do the overhead stuff, and then we can start putting stuff back on. So I tell you, I'm looking forward to it. And now I can put water lines on. And you know what I never noticed before? This is what I didn't notice before. Doesn't appear to be leaking, but doesn't appear to be doing any good. So I'm gonna have to address that too. Hopefully I didn't do a major poo-poo by not sending the head out, but you know what? If it misses, if it smokes, if it doesn't run, I guess we do it all over again. Only this time I'll be a little more wise. If it starts knocking, I'll just shut it off right away. And if I gotta pull the head off, I pull the head off. I can rebuild it. Now I know I can rebuild it, so. Definitely doing it the second time around, I'd feel a little better about spending, you know, $20,000 in parts to rebuild her. But anyways, guys, I guess I'm saying that's it for this episode. Who knows? Maybe the next episode I can set the gear train, and then maybe the episode after that it'll be, will it start? Gosh, I really hope it starts. I have a feeling it might take a little bit. We're gonna have to prime the fuel system. Gonna fill the oil filter with oil. I have to make sure I put oil in it. Boy, wouldn't that be a kicker, forget to put oil in it. So yeah, then we can do a little start. And you know what? I'm expecting a little bit of smoke. You know, I'm expecting it, a little bit of blow by to need to little seat in a little bit more. So see what happens. This is Budget Build 101. Buy a cheap, rusty engine to fix the engine with a hole in it. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. It is greatly appreciated, more than you know. So have a good night, or a good morning, or a good afternoon. Whenever you're watching this, just have a good one. And yeah, go buy some Shop Peterbilt Mike merch, because I got t-shirts and I can't wear them all. So that's what I'm saying. Take care, guys. Thanks. Bye.
See you later. I'm going inside now. We're going inside.
I gotta turn this light off.